I didn't have any more than 8 when I officially signed on, making about $2,000 a month. So as of before this call, I was at about 7,000 a month and about 23 clients. And today I got 2.5 more clients. One was an extension and she brought a friend in, and then the other was a completely random stranger, a 20-minute call, bam, done. That was it. And so I'm up to almost 8,000 now a month.
But my name's Tony Maslin. I'm one of the senior success coaches, excuse me, let me buy a vowel, here at NPE. We're here right now because a lot of fit pros make the same discovery when they join the fitness industry. You got to have more than strong coaching skills and certifications. You also have to have strong business skills. Everything from sales, marketing, finance, operations, and developing your team. So the good news is you can learn them and they will transform your career and even your life. That's why we're pleased to announce to you one of our star clients. I want to introduce you to Kim Curran. She's here today to talk about she was able to meet some business challenges that she faced and really grow her business to the next level. So welcome, Kim. How's it going?
It's awesome. Thank you.
Well, good. So first of all, just introduce yourself, tell everybody a little bit about you and about your business and where you're located.
Yep. My name is Kim Curran. I have a business called, it's K.I.M, Keep It Moving Personal Training, because my name is Kim. Pretty clever. And I'm located in Milford, Ohio, which is down by Cincinnati, and started personal training back in 2019.
Fantastic. And so tell us a little bit about your business before you started working with NPE.
So I'm a nurse by trade. I just quit my career, 20+ year career as a nurse, to dive in full-time to personal training. So that means not 1 ounce of business. Tony knows that well. That was the very first thing I said, not a clue what I'm doing, don't know where to go, what to do. I know this is just what I want to do. I do remember you even asking me about goals, and I didn't even, my goal was to just make money because I was quitting my job. That's all, nothing else. So I kind of forgot your question already.
No, that's all right. So that's where you were. You just quit a job as a nurse, started to build a training business. How many clients were you working with when you started?
I didn't have any more than 8 when I officially signed on, making about 2,000 a month doing that. So
okay, and that was last November, correct?
Yeah, Black Friday I signed on. You sent me a text and said there was a sale, so I was in.
you were ready to go. Excellent. So how did you hear about NPE?
You guys did a hour-long session at the Optima conference. I don't know if you, I can't remember who was in it exactly, if you were in it too, Tony, or just Sean, but I listened to that and, you know, liked what I heard and everything kind of went through, and I thought, you know what, I actually need that help. So I know we set up a call at some point, maybe last fall, and then I didn't sign until November.
Okay, excellent. And so you signed up for the auto closer program, is where you got started. Cool. So let's dive into a little bit about your story. What really got you started in the personal training industry?
I went back to school for my bachelor's as a registered nurse, accidentally kind of. And in my very last course, it was a 90-hour community course in that you had to go out and assess what's available to people in the community health-wise and all that stuff. And I thought from my bachelor's, I was going to go on to get my master's and teach nursing school. And I realized in that community, that 90 hours of being out there, I wanted to personal train. I'm like, I love working out. Why would I not do this? Like, you know, as a full-time job. So I went right from that to getting the certification and moving into personal training. These people, one woman just said, hey, does anybody know a personal trainer? I'm like, well, I'm not one, but I'm about to be one. So she took a chance on me. I took a chance on her, and that's where it started.
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
So what were some of the big challenges and obstacles that you were facing when you first got started with us? I didn't know what to do business-wise at all. So I needed everything business related. I didn't know what kind of contract I needed. I didn't know what I should be keeping track of, what's important, what's not important. I just threw it out there to Facebook and started meeting people, and but all the other stuff that comes along, you know, we know how to personal train and all that. So besides not having the business sense, also just not having the confidence to proceed in a way that was sustainable. I wanted it to be sustainable, not just winging it. So. All right, so you've quit this career, you're starting a new career where you're pretty confident with training the people, but unsure about the rest of it. So how did you feel in this situation?
Terrifying. Sick to my stomach for a while, and very doubtful of myself. So all of that is not saying it doesn't pop up every now and then, but that's fading away, right. And pretty quickly too, actually. I feel like a lot of progress has been made since Black Friday for sure. So it's a scary feeling.
You've come a long way for sure. So what made you really decide to get started with us?
So I liked your Optima, whatever you did in that time frame. I liked your conciseness, your just straightforwardness. I always love your verbiage. You guys say things very well, and I usually don't. So I appreciate all of that. And I had that interview with you, again, not knowing what I wanted or what I was doing. And I liked everything I heard, everything you said about everything you have in place. You seemed very precise. You had processes, you were following up, you were paying attention, you were listening. I had no bad experience from the interview. I just didn't sign right then. I'm like, I'm fine. I don't need that. Lies. I needed it.
So when you started the program, what was the goal that you had? What did you feel like you really needed to accomplish with your business?
I needed to make the money I was making. That was the first thing I was stressed out about. But, you know, short of me just winging it, I didn't know what I was doing. I needed to accomplish. I had to take my nursing brain and change it over to a business brain, and that was a big deal. So.
Got it. So you signed up for the auto closer, and in the auto closer program, what we do is we help you learn how to attract and sign up clients who commit to 3, 6, and 12-month contracts, who pay you, anywhere, $300, $400, $500 a month, up to $1,000, $1,500, depending on where you are and what you're doing. And so when you started, like you said, you had how many clients was it?
I had 8. Okay. And I also should mention, I think everyone has done this. I started at a very low rate, not crazy low, but I, just thinking, I don't know what I'm doing. These people are taking a chance. So my rate was pretty low then, just FYI. So
there's something else that needed to be. And then what type of programs were they signing up with you for when you started?
Well, it was randomness, because I didn't know that there shouldn't be randomness. So they would sign up for, they paid per session, and it was once a week, twice a week. It depended. So they were paying like $45 an hour per session, basically, as they went, or $50, depending upon, I had it just like you do, a little bit more expensive if they didn't sign on for a longer time, but it was just pay per session. And if they don't show up, I don't get paid, that type of thing. 3 and 6 months I had. Okay,
got it. So then you got started with the auto closer, and tell me, from getting started there, what were some of the things that had a big impact on you and your business?
The knowing your value. You can believe it or not, but your value, and you got to stick with it and go with it. Know your value. The prepay, pay by the month and go from there. So charge what you're worth and make them pay for the month, and then those were huge things that make a big difference. So you're doing the same amount of work, you're getting paid more, you're actually getting paid. It's not if they show up, if they don't. And I'm sorry, refresh me of your question. I want to answer it appropriately.
Well, that's okay. So that's the first start. So it started with the mindset. That's right. The confidence that you had, right?
Yes.
And then you mentioned, setting up the structured programs with the longer term commitment. And so just having a very clear presentation of what they're investing in. Yeah. And so then anything from a tools or scripts standpoint that really helped improve the process for you.
Yeah, all of them. You guys have the pre-qual and the consult script. It's nice because, like I said, words aren't my thing. You guys give it to me in a concise form and different options. So you put in what's pertinent to you. There were also some scripts on just different conversations to have with clients and all of that. So a lot of that was extremely helpful. You can do with it what you want, but it's there to use, and there's no mistaking that it works. So that's beautiful. I mean, you don't have to second guess yourself ever if you do what's put before you. So those were huge for me, I think, for sure.
Okay. Were there benefits from the support, the coaching? Yeah. What was some differences, where we were able to then take those things in the lessons? What were some areas we were able to help you from a support standpoint?
Yep. So there's the weekly calls. Sometimes I would listen to 2 of them in a week, not always when they were happening, but afterwards. And what happens in those calls, besides coaching, is that people, all other personal trainers in the same boat, are doing the same thing. They're listening. And so they come with situations that maybe you weren't presented with at first, but you guys talk us through how to go and deal with that situation. So even if you hadn't had it, or maybe you're not like, yeah, that happened to me, I should have done what they're saying, so it's really good to have all of that kind of come at you. And it's also good. I'm a person who you kind of forget things sometimes. So it's in your face all the time to have those weekly calls there. And aside from that, if you ever find yourself stuck, you can always reach out to you guys too. So that was huge to have it in your face, have those other people's experiences coming at you, because you never know what's coming your way. So
excellent. So you signed up around Black Friday, you got started. Now we're just finished March. So what were the results of the auto closer program for you?
Yes. So as of before this call, I was at about 7,000 a month and about 23 clients. And today I got 2.5 more clients. One was an extension and she brought a friend in. And then the other was a completely random stranger, a 20-minute call, bam, done. That was it. And so I'm up to almost 8,000 now a month. Just
amazing.
From Black. I know. Yeah. That's
huge growth. And that's not just 1 month. Right. That's the other thing to stress here. It's not that you're going to hit 8,000 for 1 month.
Right.
Based on what you learn. Now this is recurring. This is committed agreements.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. So how do you feel now about your business compared to how you felt in November?
So much better. I feel like I've got what I've got's working, right? But I want it to be a little bit better now, a little bit more fine-tuned. I feel good about it. I feel confident about getting clients. I'm not worried about that. It doesn't stress me getting clients, which was the number one. It might be the most common number one for everybody starting out. So I feel really good about it. I feel like you gave me everything I needed and then some. And I'm excited to keep learning and fine tuning and move on from there, because I don't know if you remember back to when we first talked. I had no clue, whatever. And I kind of mentioned giving my husband a little break in his job, and I just thought that was a dream. Like I was just talking out, whatever, like that would never happen. And we're just about there. So
yes, I do remember that, and that is in my notes from our very first conversation.
Yeah.
So that's becoming more and more of a reality. So then what's next for you? What's your next target with your business?
I just signed on to the Fast Track program, and I really love it. Life is busy and everything, but I really like getting in there and doing the work and the modules. And it seems it's taking everything from auto closer and honing it in, nailing it down, improving upon it, and getting that well-oiled machine that I want, because I prefer efficiency over anything, and this I know will help get me there. So I've told my husband a bunch. I've been talking to him this week. I told him how excited I was to be in it and be learning this stuff. Even just the calendar part, getting your calendar set and all that, I'm just diving in and loving it. So
awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited to continue working with you and taking your business to that next level. So what is something you would share, or a piece of advice you would give to somebody who's trying to figure out how they're going to get started, or trying to figure out what they need to do to grow their business?
I'm going to say, get out of your head and get into NPE. Get out of your head. You will talk yourself out of a million things. And one big thing with NPE is, you could do all kinds of things, but if you're not taking action, you're really not doing anything. So take the action for you. You're worth it. If it's what you want to do, if this is your passion, jump in and do it 100%. You have to invest in yourself to move forward. But get out of your head, listen to what they say, and do it. I mean, you don't have to invent anything. You do it. So I think go for it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Kim, and thank you everybody for watching. If you've got questions for Kim, feel free to post them on the comments of this video, and I shall check back in with you and be happy to answer any questions you guys have about what she's done to achieve her growth and her success. And Kim, we are just so proud of the way you just took action. You had a really strong reason why you're doing this, why this was important for you. And you did it. You followed the instructions. You took a deep breath on the things you were scared to do. You asked for help when you needed it, because that's a big one as well. and you've reaped the benefits from it. And now you're ready for the next phase.
Yeah.
So thank you again for being a part of it. Thanks to everybody who watched this, and we'll see you again soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. See ya.